Hi Living Fam, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I am so blessed to be able to be here with you guys and to share with you the worst week of my entire life. I hope that you guys will maybe learn something from this video and look out for different things that might be foreign to your body, like some pain that you might be feeling in places that you don't normally feel them in and stuff like that, that might be sending a red flag to you guys. And I really hope that this video will help you to anything at all that might feel foreign to you and your body. Please go and see your doctor immediately. Don't sit with it and say it's gas and drink some tea and call it a day. It is very important. So let me share with you my journey. So I woke up this morning. I haven't been feeling well since last night. It's been over a week now since I've been having like this pain in my abdomen, in my stomach right here, like along here. And also I find that last night it kind of traveled up to about here. So of course I was on Google. And it's always a bad idea when you're feeling sick or you're not, to go on Google and basically self-diagnose yourself. I've been reading up a lot on appendicitis or, something, because I don't know what might be causing it. I was feeling the pain maybe about a week ago, I said, and it wasn't as bad as last night. So last night it was so bad to the point where I could hardly move. And so I'm having trouble like moving now without having some pain or turning over on my side and stuff like that. Definitely having a little bit of pain there. It's uncomfortable to the point where I've decided that I'm going to go to the hospital. So I'm going to go to our private hospital just to check out what's going on. See if I can get, I don't know if they're going to need to do ultrasound or anything like that to find out what's been going on there. But I'm just praying to God. I prayed last night. I've been praying, and hoping that the peace of God stays with me forever. Or during this time of like uncertainty and wondering what's been going on. I'm just really praying for the best. I've also been having like a lot of gas pain in my stomach. So I feel like, I don't know, I've been having a lot of gas pain. I don't know if it's something that I ate. I don't know what it is, but that's what's been happening. So I will let you guys know how this morning is. Actually 6:13 right now, and I'm gonna go to the hospital right now. So I'll keep you guys posted and let you know what's going on and how everything turned out. Alright guys, so I just saw the doctor and we actually gonna circle because it's like an hour before the ultrasound. I guess the lab opens up. How we call it? Yeah. So I have an ultrasound to do. But based on what he said, he's saying that it might be, he signed me up for an ultrasound, that it might be an ovarian cyst. I kind of feel emotional for some reason, even though I don't get the results yet. I'm just praying and hoping for the best. That's not the case, but when he said it and I googled the symptoms, it kind of consistent with what I am feeling, except the vomiting and the fever part. I don't have any fever nor am I vomiting. So we're gonna circle and see if we can get some breakfast and then go back down there for 8 o'clock for when they open. So yeah. So while we were there waiting for the radiology place to open up, that's the place that you can get to do the ultrasound and x-ray and stuff, I decided to call my mom because I really didn't want to call my mom. I didn't want to worry her. So because I tend not to call my family and tell them every single thing that happens to me because I really don't want to worry them all the time. Probably something I need to change. And while we were there, I think the voice of God said, call your mother. Call my mom. And I was basically telling her what was going on. She told me that she knows of somebody a friend of hers who had some appendicitis stuff. So we were sitting in the car right at Juicy Beef, and she said, I don't know how true this is, but she said, do not drink or eat anything hot, because if it is appendicitis, then it can cause it to rupture. So I listened to her. I stopped eating, I stopped drinking. This was like maybe 7:30 in the morning, maybe it's 7:30 to 7:45 thereabout. So we got the pelvic exam done, and we're at home now, back home, just waiting for the results to be ready. I think she said it would have been ready by maybe around 11 o'clock or 11:30. So we're just waiting on that. Honestly, you guys, it was excruciating. The pain was excruciating. While I was doing the pelvic exam and pressing into where the pain actually is, it was very, very painful. Like tears was just streaming down my face, like, and I was groaning the entire time. Every single time that he pressed into, I was groaning because I was in so much pain. I'm still in pain, but it's as if, like, if you touch the area, walking and all of those things kind of affect the pain level. So I'm just here like waiting for the results, and I'm actually very terrified, and I feel like I'm getting emotional because it's like so many things going through my mind. What if, you know, this thing isn't like something easy to deal with, whatever it is that's going on. And I am kind of like, yeah, I'm just praying that everything will be all right, and I'm praying that whatever it is, that we can overcome it. And yeah, it's one of those things that makes you feel, especially when you have to be waiting on the results of something that I feel like something is wrong, whatever it is, based on questions asked. You know, the technician, he cannot give us any form of information really. It has to be delivered, the message has to be delivered to us by a doctor. So we basically have to be waiting for the results. So I guess you can tell by the look on my face that I've been crying. Matter of fact, I was having like a panic attack really, because I'm waiting on the results. Actually just did a blood test. So we got the results, went back to the hospital for the doctor to talk to us and tell us what was going on. And when we got there, and he read the results to us, the ultrasound to us, he was basically saying that appendicitis, like he was so shocked. But in that result, it basically said at the bottom that a CT scan would be required to further determine if it is appendicitis and if it is ruptured. Because patient has a lot of pain and discomfort and all of those things. And of course, when I got back to the hospital and he, you know, feel me, turned out that I had a fever, which concerned him. And then so he said that he was gonna write me up to do a blood test right away. So he said if the white blood cells is elevated, then it's definitely, I have an inflammation, that it's appendicitis. So it's currently 3 o'clock, and it was confirmed that I have to indeed get surgery. So I'm actually here waiting for the surgeon to come. So waiting on the surgeon, because we're actually considering doing the surgery at Hargreaves, depending on what the surgeon says. So we waited like hours for the surgeon. Still didn't eat anything, because in my mind I'm gonna be doing surgery today, and if I eat something it's gonna be postponed, because we had our mind set on doing the surgery at the private hospital. So by this, the pain was like 100 times worse. Like, it's affecting my walking. When I pee, it affected It was so bad, you guys. The pain got so much worse over time. I kind of feel a lot overwhelmed and uncertain, but I'm trusting in the Lord 100%, and I feel a lot calmer, and I think that's his Holy Spirit is on me. That's why I feel so much calmness right now, because listen, when the doctor told me that I might need surgery, before I even got the results, the blood work that confirmed that the white blood cells are high, I started going into a panic attack, and I tend to have like anxiety and panic attacks under stressful situation. I couldn't breathe. My husband had to be walking me through breathing techniques. I don't wish this on anybody. So, upon speaking to the surgeon, eventually spoke to the surgeon after hours of waiting. And so we were basically at a crossroad where we were trying to determine if this was the right decision. If it is that the right decision is to do the surgery at Hargreaves without getting the CT scan, or just going ahead with it, because basically it is indeed confirmed that it is appendicitis. And who were just saying, I was saying, Lord, please help us to make the right decision. You know, I really needed to help us to make the right decision. Also, cost was also a factor in trying to decide if we're gonna go with the private hospital or we're gonna go with the public hospital. And I kept saying to Lord, help me to make a decision, help me, show me the way, tell me what you want me to tell me, please lead me, direct me, you know, give us a sign, tell us what we need to do. So I spoke to my parents, I spoke to my family, and you know, talk and talk and talk. So I have a cousin who is a registered nurse. She doesn't work at the Mandeville Public Hospital, but she told me that, okay, if we go to the public hospital, it will be treated as an emergency. And so that kind of helped us to make a decision. We're also considering like COVID, everything, you know, I mean, we're fully vaccinated and everything. We were also thinking about COVID, all of those things. And I think I'm gonna also do a video telling you guys what my experience was going to the hospital during COVID time. I think a lot of you would be interested to hear my experience there. And so while we were, you know, we made a decision that we're gonna go to the public hospital just in case something go bad. Then they're gonna bring you to the public hospital anyway. So we made a decision that we're gonna go to the public hospital. You know, we got some help in terms of like, you know, the surgeon helped us to get a bed and all of those things, you know, so the process was a lot, I guess, a lot easier. Of course, when we got to the public hospital, went inside, you know, they did the checks, and it wasn't a long time. I wasn't there for a long time, like really long hours before I got to bed. And I got, you know, my husband went for my stuff and all of those things. But before they actually put me on a bed, they did a lot of checks on me. They gave me IV because I hadn't eaten like for hours. They gave me an IV, and the doctors also, they were like checking me, poking me, all of those things. And upon checking me and poking me, they realized that the appendix had ruptured. So red flag right there and then. Once the appendix ruptured, it means that, yo, emergency before appendicitis, this is double emergency. This needs to get out of my body immediately. So they treated it as an emergency. So after the doctors, you know, did their tests and whatever, they put me on the ward, and of course they started to give me more IV because I was basically dehydrated. I was becoming dehydrated because I hadn't drank or eaten anything for more than 12 hours. Hi, reporting from a hospital bed. Alright, so I'm not feeling too bad right now. The pain level is a little bit better, I guess. They had given me Voltaren and Baralgin. I guess one of the challenges that I've been having is that my blood pressure has been ridiculously low. The first reading from last night was like 95/50, and then it was 99/55, and this morning it was like 104.
over 38 or something like that, which is pretty low. Still having some pain. The pain has I think the pain is a lot worse today, because it's affecting my pee. So when I pee, I actually feel pain when I pee, and that was not the case before. But I'm expected to do a CT scan at 8 a.m. I think. Right, so the ambulance is gonna bring me to get the CT done, and then after the CT now, that's when I'll know exactly what the doctors are gonna do, because based on what they're seeing like a mass there, I guess pussy fluid or whatever they're assuming that it is. So they need a CT to see clearer, because the ultrasound did not give a clear enough view. So basically that's what's up right now, and then after seeing the CT, then they will make a final decision as to if they're gonna perform surgery or not, depending on they want to know how to treat it. The CT will tell them exactly how to treat it. So
I had the CT scan done. CT came back to show exactly what happened, and it said that the appendix ruptured. Also see where there was a ruptured ovarian cyst on the right side as well. The CT, you guys, was so disgusting. Like, oh my god, I had to drink this fluid before actually going into the machine. It's like a barium sulfate fluid. Disgusting is disgusting. Entering into the CT chamber, like there's this, she said that I would feel like this heat running through my body, and then my mouth would taste kind of bitter, and then I'd feel like I peed myself. You guys, oh, I was mind blown. Like there was this fire running through my body, and like there's something that is like there's this heat that pushed through all the way through my vagina, I guess, that I could not explain in that moment. I was just like mind blown.
So I am comfortable for the most part. Most of my pain is from moving. My husband, trust me, he's such an incredible man. Taking care of me, tidying me, all of those things. I'm just so blessed. So yeah, that's an update. So I just got the worst news that I'm gonna need surgery, and the surgery that I'm gonna need is called an appendectomy or something like that. But truly I am feeling so. And then the worst part of it is not having anybody here with you. You know, my husband can't be in here because we've seen always up for all of those things, and it's just, oh my god, can't believe it. I just can't believe. I guess the next time you guys see me is hopefully when I come out of surgery.
So after the surgery was done in the morning. So it turned out that they didn't do the surgery in the night as was planned. They did it in the morning. So morning came, they came for me around 8 a.m. My husband was trying to be there for me before I went into surgery. So they were expecting to do the surgery, which they told him it would be around 10 a.m. But it turned out to be a lot earlier than planned, and so he was completely devastated because he wasn't able to see me after surgery before I went in. Because one of those things is that, like, what terrified me more than anything else, when she came to me and told me that I needed surgery immediately, it's emergency and whatever, they had to list out every single possibly thing that could possibly go wrong, like everything. And it was so traumatizing for me to hear all of these things, because I'm saying, yo, God knows I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. This is what's gonna happen to me. My family is gonna miss me. They're gonna cry. I'm not going to even know that I'm dead. I'm just going to be dead. And that was so terrifying to me, because I kept thinking that, like, I kept thinking that this is what was gonna happen. But they have to tell you all the risks that come with the surgery, because it's because of the fact that the appendix was ruptured. They could not cut me. They couldn't like slice me along the side. They literally had to cut me down my stomach. So it wasn't like a normal, like, cut the side of your stomach and stuff and, you know, over with and done with. But they had to change their approach because it was ruptured, so they had to cut me down my stomach basically. So after surgery, for that entire day, I was basically tired, worn out, not able to move. I was trying to sleep and rest. As a matter of fact, I don't remember much of what happened that day. I just know that I was in that blue gown for the entire day into the next morning. You know, it was just so difficult, like moving and stuff off of the bed. It was just so horrible. It was painful because I had this bandage on my belly, and my gut was basically cut open, like, you know, mind blown. I was so scared, you know, but God brought me through.
Yeah, today is Saturday. The last time I ate anything was Wednesday morning at about 7:30 a.m. So the only thing I can possibly think of right now is how much I want to drink something, or get something in my system. So they had to change the access point again, and they put it back into my left hand, because it was in my right hand, and my right hand got like really swollen. Got lots of medication, lots of antibiotics, pain meds. I've never been joked so much in my entire life, like needle everywhere, constantly. But most of all, I'm so grateful to be alive, you guys, because I could have been dead. Like, I could have been dead. I'm so grateful to God for sparing my life to see another day. I feel so blessed, and trust me, God is so good, you know. How I'm feeling right now, my stomach, like, I'm feeling a little bit of tenderness where the cut is. So there's that. I can't wait to be on my feet again, to be able to drink or eat. Like, I'm just dying to be on my feet again. But being in the hospital is a lonely journey. I don't know if you guys can see, but my mouth look chippy. I don't know if it look chippy, but anyway, I'm taking my first sip of water in 4 days. 4 days. I had some mint tea this morning, and it's the best mint tea I've ever had in my entire life. Like, but I was able to sit up off the bed, and I'm sitting on a chair right now. Not really feeling as much pain, because this beautiful nurse, she took care of me before she left, actually. So she gave me enough pain meds to keep me for the day. She said I shouldn't be in any pain for the day. Dominique came, she bathed me, she organized the space and everything. I'm so grateful. So I'm able to start off with like water and like porridge and maybe soup. So yeah, I'm making progress. I'm recovering in Jesus' name. Yeah. So there's a strong possibility that I'm going home today, which I'm so happy and grateful. So I have to wait until around midday to find out if I'm gonna go home. But things are looking up. I'm feeling a lot better today. I was able to walk around, move around for a little bit. So I'm so happy. So I'm able to walk around and move around. they were concerned for me in terms of they want to know that I pass gas before I leave, and also like pass my stool before I leave. And I did those, you know, I did that today, this morning. So I am happy that I'm gonna go home, guys. I'm so happy. Praise God.
So I was supposed to go home on a Sunday afternoon basically, but they had to keep me over. The doctors came and they told me that they cannot send me home. They want to watch my white blood cells because it's a lot elevated, and they just want to make sure before they send me home. So I ended up going home on Monday instead of the Sunday, so I had to spend another night in the hospital. Guess who's home? I'm home. Ignore them whole heap of sticky stuff there on my hand. It's from the, I guess, the glue or the tape that I normally use. Yeah, and I have a lot of holes on me, a lot of injection, and I have so much bruises on my body. Can't even show you guys. Like, I have a lot of bruises on my body from all of those constant injections and sticking and needling and access point and all of those things. But I am home. Thank you, Jesus. I'm home. I'm in my own bed. I am in my granny nightie, but I am so happy to be home. Yeah, thank God I'm home.